What's up YouTube, We Post here, and today it's Victor bringing you guys another original battle for, what else, our original series. Now, if you guys have been watching since the very beginning, you could recognize this team that I'm using. Once again, Showdown has let me down, and they put me on the opponent's side. I'm the guy using the team that conspicuously looks like a monotype team, but it's not. It's based on this idea that George and I got when doing this project, and it's basically trying to say that this team has no weaknesses because it's based on Ghost and Dark, and as we all know, Ghost and Dark has no weaknesses. Now it's kind of cool in the way that, well, you know, Ghost and Dark no weaknesses, but all in all it's still a standard standard set, so it's debatable whether it's in the should fall in the original category or not. However, you can tell by the fact that I'm reusing teams that we are desperately running out of ideas here. Anyways, so this team was also, I feel like this team was not showcased enough, as we only used it once in the first live narration that we did. So I decided, you know, why not show all of you guys this team in one of our newer battles. So let's get on with it, shall we? So he's gonna lead off with his Salamence, as I'm gonna lead off with Gengar. Nope, I'm gonna lead off with, actually that maybe was my Gengar, but I don't know. I was afraid that he was Scarfed. Actually, that was my Zoroark. I was afraid he was Scarfed, but I forget that Zoroark is based 105 speed, so I thought even if he was Scarfed, he'd outspeed me, when in fact I actually would have outspeed him. So I could have went for a U-turn, but in the end it doesn't even matter, because I just can bring in Jeffrey, take that Draco like a beast, take that Outrage like a beast, because I'm actually physically defensive, not specially defensive, and he can't do anything to me, and I'm just going to keep going for the whatchamacallit Sleep Talk, because I was hoping for Draw Will-O-Wisp, which I do on this Current Black, and it's really helpful because, well, now I only take 30% from this Outrage, when otherwise I would do 60%, which is actually a lot, which probably means that this Current Black is banded. Actually, it doesn't probably mean it, it definitely means that it's banded. Now, this would have been problematic only I burned it, and I really have no reason to get a switch out, as I'm fairly comfortable in this position. I'm perfectly comfortable just staying here, rest talking, getting some seismic tosses in, maybe some burn damage, and there really is nothing for me to do. But he gets a crit on the Outrage, which you might think, well, it makes up for the burn hacks, but you know, burn was 1 in 3 chance, and I've been sleep talking for how long, right? So it was bound to happen anyways, so I don't think that made up for the crit. I think it was just set the balance off a bit. Anyways, I go into Paul and start setting up substitutes, because I figure, you know, he's confused. I'm gonna get a free sub up at least one time, right? But to be honest, I probably should have just KO'd, went for a Shadow Ball and taking him out right there, because I'm life orbed and now I only have 1 hit off. And he just never stops going for the Outrage. I mean, how 4 straight turns, no confusion hacks? That's pretty good. Anyways, I'm going to switch out into my Spirit team, because that's the only guy on my team that can actually take anything from a Mismagius, because they don't, you know, transform into my own Pokemon. Because I would go into Umbreon, my special wall, only its hidden power fighting super effective against me. This Dark Pulse critting probably did matter, because Mismagius isn't too bad in the special defense compartment, but I think it just made up for the crit on Dusclops. So he's going to go for Draco Meteor. I don't really mind, because I'm a special wall. However, I don't know how well I'm going to take Outrage, which is why I'm going to go for Protect here, just to get some lefties damage, just to make sure I'll be able to take it, because I'm not entirely certain on the physical prowess of an Umbreon. However, I do end up taking it fairly well, and that second Protect was, well, the second lefties gain was kind of unnecessary, but it's nice to have insurance. So I'm just going to keep going for the Wish Protect shenanigans, as he keeps going for the Outrage, and I'm just going to Life Orb stall him till he falls to the ground. And that's Salamence taken care of right here. He's going down right when I get the wish. Come on, wish. Let's go. Speed up. There we goes. So far this is pretty straightforward. Not much hacks. I'm going to go into my Spiritomb here because I've kind of figured that he would go for the Spore, because why not? But he just decides to go for Bullet Seed, which is just as well. And I would have also, the Spiritomb was the only one that I wanted to be asleep. Otherwise I would have wanted Dusclops to be asleep, but Dusclops is whatchamacallit, fainted. So now I can just bring in Paul and George to revenge kill him. Not sure why he didn't switch out into Hydreigon. I brought in, because, you know, Hydreigon resists the Shadow Ball, which is obvious. I mean, I do have the hidden power of fighting, but okay, that might have been why he's not. But I'm pretty sure he's either Specs or Scarf. Definitely Specs, and now that I look at it, how much the Draco Meteor does, which is 63%, which honestly is quite a bit. And I'm actually feel like I'm in a bit of a pickle here because none of my Pokemon can take a Draco Meteor, at least 2 Draco Meteors that is. And Cloyster is going to come in, set up a Shell Smash. I know that he's going to set up a Shell Smash. Shell Smash, that is so hard to say. But, so which is why I bring in my Zoroark disguised as a Gengar here, because I know that he'll think he can outspeed me and probably stay in. But Scarf Zoroark definitely outspeeds +2 Cloyster, because Cloyster has base 50 speed, I think. And I'm just going to bring in my real Gengar now and go for a Focus Blast, only I miss, but he missed the Fire Blast, which honestly probably evened that out a bit. So I'm just bringing Zoroark here, and now I'm like, GG, take you out Focus Blast. Nope, not strong enough. This is why you might want to run Specs Zoroark. Definitely, or maybe Life Orb, I'm not really sure which is your preference. 1.3 versus 1.5, you know, you gotta think about that. Well, now you can definitely tell that he Specs as he's locked into this Fire Blast, and the Fire Blast is still doing a pretty decent chunk. However, it's not doing nearly enough to take me out, and I'm just going to proceed to Wish Stall him till the end, and that, my friends, will be the game. Of course, I'm going to need the help of Toxic. So yeah, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. One of you people have talked about maybe getting some more inclusion from you guys, the fans, and I'm definitely agree with that. Especially now, I need your guys' help, because we've got most of our battles that we've been doing are with different teams, and when you've made, like, I don't know, 25 maybe, I think that might be the count right now, not sure, but if you made we made a number of different teams for you guys. Now we're kind of running out of ideas right now. Well, I know I'm running out of ideas, but which is why I had to reuse a team. So I was wondering if you guys could potentially leave one of your own creative sets that you have found to work. Maybe leave it in the description below, and I will make a team of 6 Pokemon with it. This is for the regional series, by the way. For standard, I'm pretty much set. I like building teams standard. However, I feel like, you know, this will get you guys involved. It'll help me with the team building, definitely, and we'll definitely see some creative stuff. I'm sure of it. So if you have a good set that you think that you want me to use, you can put a whole team down there for I don't even know, but that would actually be really nice. So if you guys have a cool set that you would like to see me use, leave it in the description below. If you like this video, leave a like and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys next time.